A big week for big conversations when it comes to gun violence prevention. This upcoming weekend is the annual Wear Orange Day, and it's centered around a call for common sense gun laws. And today is National Safe Day, meaning safe storage for firearms. At least 1 in every 3 American households has a gun, so it's an important conversation here. Joining me now is Jeremy Stein. He's a longtime advocate here in Connecticut and executive director of States United to Prevent Gun Violence. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me here.
So first, safe storage has been something that Connecticut specifically, has pushed for a long time now, right, with Ethan's Law, spearheaded by the Song family. So let's talk about Connecticut law. What does it say about gun safes?
So Connecticut law was actually updated after Ethan's Law, and right now we have one of the strongest gun safe requirements in the country. If you have a firearm in your home, you have to lock it up. It's as simple as that. And if I were to tell you that there's something in most people's homes that is likely to kill your child, right now we have the ability to save a lot of lives by requiring people to lock up their guns. We know that guns are the #1 killer of children in the United States.
That's alarming. That's an alarming statistic. And let's also talk about some of the research done around this too. I think that there's this idea, right, that if somebody were to break into your house, you needed to protect yourself, that having a gun in a safe, right, is going to not protect you because you're going to be fumbling. You might be looking for that safe. Maybe it's not opening. Is that true? Like, has there been research to back that up? Is there any data to support that theory?
So there's been a lot of research around this, and the fact remains that those types of incidences are very low. They happen in less than 1% of the time where somebody has to try to get a gun to protect themselves. And the other statistic that you should know about is that most of the time when people have a gun in their home, it is much more likely that that gun is going to either harm them or harm someone in their family. So having a gun in your home increases your chance of suicide, domestic violence, chance of accidental death. It increases the risk that your children will get a hold of the gun or that somebody may enter your house and rob them. But to your point, there are safes that are incredibly easy to use. In fact, there are safes, and I brought one with me today, that you can put in a code. In about a second, you can open that safe. There are also biometric safes that will open just like your phone will unlock. So this idea that I can't lock it up because then it limits my access to the firearm are just untrue. And you can both safely store your weapon and have ease of access if you require it, and still make sure that it's locked up and out of the hands of children.
So we do know that most gun laws, right, on a federal level are going to face a lot of criticism. They're going to face a lot of pushback. But with Ethan's Law here in Connecticut, how has the response been? How has enforcement been? Can you talk about what's happened ever since it passed?
Well, I mean, I think that it's important to note that most people support common sense gun laws. And here in Connecticut, not just safe storage, but gun laws that restrict assault weapons, gun laws that require permitting and background checks, those are things that are actually supported by most people and most Americans. And so here in Connecticut, we have a lot of support on both sides of the aisle for legislation. But in terms of Ethan's Law specifically, we are seeing this being enforced much more since its passage. And also, education is important as a part of this. Police are now giving away safes. We see police asking if people have weapons stored, which is required now for all homeowners who have firearms. But we're also seeing hospitals and doctors ask their patients, do you own a gun? Do you store it? And this is something really important. Actually, this Friday, there's going to be an event at St. Francis Hospital, and one of the things that we talk to doctors about is screening patients and making sure that people who come in for help medically are also asked questions, like, do you have a gun? Because, like I said, having a gun in the home is a factor that could increase the risk of injury or death in the home, just like anything else. And so you've got poisons in your home, you've got bleach in your home, you have bug spray in your home, and people lock those things up to prevent little kids from getting them. we should be doing that with firearms as well.
All right, thank you, Jeremy Stein, for your time and all your insight. We appreciate it.
Thank you for having me.
Brent?